So hi friends, Anmol Samsohang here and welcome back to ARS Biologicals. And today, yes, you all can see me in the field. I'm having a good time in the field. So this is the crops grown by my family. So this is a very good place to hang on. So I spend about half an hour in the fields daily. So friends, as you all can see the view, it's good, fresh air. And what I have today is we're going to know about corn. So corn or maize, anything, maize in British English and corn in American English, so you can call it anything you want. And as you all can see, there are two types of crops grown over here. One is ginger and another one is corn. So I'll make a separate video on ginger. So today let's do with only corn. So as you all can see, I have a corn plant over here. Since corn was domesticated by the local people of Mexico around 10,000 years ago till date, now it is 2021, but 10,000 years ago corn was first cultivated or domesticated by the native people of Mexico. So people have been eating corn in hundreds of different ways for thousands of years, and it has kind of very vast use. Corn is used in very different ways, like feeding the culture, feeding the livestock. Yes, it is mainly used by humans and animals too. So about 80% of corn which is grown all over the world is fed to domestic animals for meat, eggs and milk, and remaining 20% is used by people, which is converted into cornmeal, which is a kind of rice only, that is kind of rice, and corn starch, which is also known as corn flour, used in kitchening, and other things which are made is corn flakes, which is very good to diet in the breakfast. So corn is cultivated all over the globe, and highest producer till now is United States. And yes, India also has a great production of corn per annum. So I have, this is just a small taste of how corn cultivation looks like. In the world there are very vast fields also. This is just a small field. So friends, let's talk about its uses. So uses is simply that it is given to domestic animals and is used by people for food. And yes, corn is also used for making wines and alcohol. So friends, talking about their structure, as you all can see, I have a plant which is about 10 feet in height. So this is little bit smaller, but usually corns, this is just a small plant, but usually corns grow up to 3 meters, which is 10 feet in height. And what you can see is this part. As you all can see, this part, this is a leaf, and it has the leaf blade over here, and it has a parallel venation, which means the veins or the it's kind of a skeleton which is running parallel in this way, straight way. And as you all can see, this thing on the top, this part is known as the tassel, and it contains the male reproductive parts, which is the anther, and anther contains the pollen, which is helpful for fertilizing the male sorry, the female reproductive part, which is the ear. As you all can see, this part is known as the ear. This is the fruit. Early, if this fruit would not be here, the part which would be present here will be known as ear. And this ear, when this female reproductive part gets fertilized, this turns up into a fruit when those tassels fall in this. So, and the pollen or the anther from the tassel has fallen down straight up to this silk, and this silk has captured this anthers and it has got fertilized, and the fruit is here. And as you all can see, this thing, let me take a small part of it. As you all can see, friends, this thing, it is known as husk, and it is the protective covering of the fruit inside which the corn is present. Let me show you. Let me take this silk off. Let me show you how it looks like. I'm going to, because I'm peeling this corn because I'm taking it to make a corn soup for the dinner. So friends, this is how your corn looks like. So friends, as you all can see, the seeds, and this single thing is known as a seed, and when this all thing is counted, it is known as kernel. So that whole thing is known as kernel. And a corn usually has up to 300 to 600 kernels, which means and the friends, as you all can see, this is the silk, which is the stigma of this plant. This is called the husk. This is the leaf. This is the stem, that is the tassel, and yes, this is the kernel and the seed. And so friends, this is our root part, and this root part has this exposed root, which is known as ground root, GROWN, ground root, and the underground root is simply called as root. So friends, this is the whole plant. It's very, very beautiful. The leaves are grown in opposite sides, and friends, that is the fruit, that is the tassel. Yes friends, as you all can see in the video, I have destroyed one whole plant, and let me pluck it off. So friends, talking about their planting, these corns can endure or can tolerate both types of climatic conditions, which would be either hot or cold. So both types of conditions are tolerated by these plants, and they are usually sown during the spring. And after sowing, after 3 weeks of sowing the seed, small kinds of seedlings emerge, which develop in this whole adult plant. And harvesting, talking about their harvesting, when the fruits are ready, they are harvested at any time. So how you can identify that fruit is ready to be harvested? That, as you all can see over here, friends, this part, the silk, actually, if at the first stage this silk would be white in color, white and very, very flaky and kind of very, very wet in nature. But when in due course of time, when this corn gets into stages, this silk turn blackish and very, very dry. And when this silk wholly become dry, at that time you can take it, you can harvest it by simply plucking this part. And friends, this husk has no use, so you can simply give it to livestock like cows, goats, etc., herbivorous livestock, and other otherwise. When this whole plant dries up, this husk also dries up and turns up into a very pale color. At that time, Nepalese people of Nepal, Himalayan regions, every place where Nepali people were present at the early time, they used to make a circular structure to sit on it. It was like a cushion, which was traditionally known as pira. I'm going to show you later at my house. And friends, this leftover plant that you can give it to your cattles or any kinds of herbivorous animals. So friends, talking about their paste, this is the last topic. They are attacked by this kind of this type of phenomena known as rust. It is quite similar of the condition in which iron or other kinds of metals are rusted or get oxidized. This process is known as oxidizing. When water and the atmospheric oxygen is combined with each other, this kind of thing is formed. And other kinds of mosaic virus also, you must have seen in tomatoes or in tobacco plants also, some kinds of dark patches on the plant are formed with small kinds of tiny insects, that is mosaic virus, and some kinds of aphids and army caterpillars and African army caterpillars. They also have a good taste of attacking the plant. So that's all about pest. And rodents also attack these crops. Monkeys, yes, usually monkeys, squirrels, rats can feed on this plant. So friends, I was talking about that pira, that traditional round thing for sitting. So when this husk dries up, the inner portion of the husk is, I don't know how those people do it, but they kind of twist it, they kind of weave those things, and I don't know how they bend those husks, and finally they got up to this. And this is this keeps you very warm in the winter season, and it is very comfortable for sitting. It's very soft. And as I can see, I have a chair over here, and I'm going to place it and going to set it. So I have another one here. The patterns are beautiful, and yes, this you can buy this in the market also, Himalayan markets. So this is very good and great, eco-friendly. And the piras which I'm showing you is about 40 to 50 years. Yes, these piras were weaved by my grandma, and this is the small one which is weaved by my sister. And so it's kind of great. It works as a great decorative thing. So friends, this is very eco-friendly. They do not cause any harm to the environment. They are biodegradable. So friends, hope you like my video, and thanks for supporting me. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe it and don't miss my updates. So friends, this much for today. See you in my next video. Then bye bye.